got both these phones set to 4K 30. These are the front cameras. Let's just do, I like doing this like light test to see if it really overexposes or underexposes based off the lighting. Look at that. How does it look? Stabilization, microphones. Think about it all, guys. What do you think? Pretty good or not? Let me know. Again, this is a front-facing camera on the outside displays. All right, here is the back display. Here's Mr. Yoongi. Say hi, Yoongi. Such a cute dog. He is a Labradoodle, mini Labradoodle. And we've got it on the back main cameras. Think about everything that you're looking at in terms of quality and all of that. Which one looks better and sounds better? Stabilization, is there any issues with that? Let me go into the dark bathroom and see if you can notice anything terrible in terms of quality or not, or does it all look just good? And then I'm gonna flip it back out onto my lady Shoko. We'll go into ultra wide. Shoko, 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 Shoko. What do you guys think? Put it back on me. Hopefully, yeah, it's back on me. What do you guys think? Which one is performing better? Oppo Find N5 is newer. Z Fold 6 is, what, August release of 2024? So let me know. Now let's talk about the cameras. Now, I would say 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, the Oppo Find N5 won with videos and photos. I thought all the time the Oppo looked better on the videos. Photos, I felt like sometimes the Galaxy Z Fold 6 held its own and basically came back in terms of being able to tie the score with the cameras, but definitely the better cameras, Oppo Find N5. Now, what about the looks of both of these phones? Both of these phones look amazing, really high quality looking phones. You can see that the Oppo is definitely thinner phone right here. If you can't see it, you're crazy. Look how much thinner it is. So yeah, thinness, definitely Oppo Find N5. But I think this one looks really good. I really like how everything's kind of squared off. It makes it look really neat and I guess business-like. I don't know. I don't want to say that in a negative term because I don't want things to look, corporate-like or like. But yeah, this looks like just like a perfectly made foldable phone. I don't love this front display. It's too small for me. I like this one better. And I also like that the main display on here is bigger as well. But design-wise, they both look great. But if I had to give a win to the design, just the way it looks, I'd give it to the Galaxy Z Fold 6. But at the same time, I would end up giving the Oppo Find N-Fold a win as well, because I like how the displays are bigger. Like, that's a huge thing to me. Now, one thing I do want to mention, this is a design thing. These phones are flat. I don't have a case on either one of them. You can see there is a little bit of wiggle. And this one, a little bit of wiggle too, but it almost feels unbalanced in different ways. Like, this one's more angled and it sits flat on the camera, but this side is up. This one, it's almost, it's like the opposite. This side is up and you choose your pick or your poison of how you like it to wobble. But I like the wobble more on this because it seems like it's a little bit less of a wobble. And again, not a huge win for it, but something to know if wobbles with no cases bother you. All right, so here's performance. I just want to talk. Both are really fast phones in terms of AAA gaming and all that. You're not going to have any problems with either one. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is last year's Pro processor. This year's best processor is the Snapdragon 8 Elite. And this has 8 Elite, but with 7 cores. So it's not fully maxed out. But here's the score. 2877 on the single core. This got 2058. So you can see a big difference on the single core score. And then multi-core score, 8114 versus 6549. This is usually between 9 and 10,000, depending upon which phone it is, if you have all 8 cores. So you are losing quite a bit of performance, but it's still a pretty big jump over this phone. So performance-wise, definitely better in just day-to-day actions as well. Like, so this is obviously more powerful for gaming and everything else, but in just day-to-day usage, this definitely feels a lot smoother than the Galaxy Z Fold 6. So if you really want, you know, the smoothest, fastest experience of a phone, you definitely want to go with the Oppo Find N5. This is still pretty fast and smooth, but this one, yeah, I would say this is smoother and obviously more powerful. So if you want the best performance, you're going to go with the Oppo Find N5, but it's also newer. So let's play the same video on both just so we can see which one has better speakers.
Wow, wow, wow. The rumors are officially, well, not officially, but pretty much officially true about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Wow, wow, wow. The rumors are officially, well, not officially, but pretty much officially true about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. It is bigger. And
definitely so far, you can tell the Z Fold 6 has better speakers.
Is bigger and awesome. This is exactly what I've been waiting for years. And awesome. This is exactly what I've been waiting for years.
Yeah, without a doubt, louder, less muffled, and clearer Galaxy Z Fold speakers, Z Fold 6 speakers on a speaking test.
Sweet Jesus, I just up the price for the features. I can see the fakes and the leeches. I begin to assist a fetus. I can see the fakes and the leeches. I begin to assist a fetus. Pull up at the spot, tires square. Got it in my passenger, I told her grab the wheel. Pull up at the spot, tires square. Got it in my passenger, I told her grab the wheel. Friends hating, told her get out. Jordan Pill, but she rocks with me cause she
definitely, without a doubt, Galaxy Z Fold speakers sound better. They're less tinny sounding, they have more bass. The quality of sound is just better. I think that's one of the problems with having a really thin phone is that they kind of reduce the sound of the speakers. I tested this against the OnePlus Open as well. OnePlus Open had much better sounding speakers than the Oppo Find N5. All right, here's both displays matched up. You can see if you're looking at a website on both of these, I don't know why you wouldn't want something like the Oppo Find N5 the way it looks. Like, I can see like someone might be like, okay, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 has better one-hand, you know, ability to reach things, but it's just, I would want to see more. Like, it just, everything's bigger. And I know you can make stuff bigger on here, don't get me wrong, but it's just easier to read. It's more functional. To me, it just makes total sense to have something bigger on that display. I love that. So I'd give the front display win to the Oppo Find N5. But I can understand some people might like this better because it's smaller. But regardless, to me, it's definitely the win is going to this one. Now, there's not as much of a dramatic effect when you look at both of these like this, but I want a bigger display personally. And I'm loving that Samsung's Z Fold 7 reportedly will be big, just like this one, maybe even bigger. I believe this is 8.12. Samsung's reportedly going to 8.2, so it should be a little bit bigger than this. But, you know, a couple things. You can see the camera on top, so that takes away from some of the dynamic. This one sits underneath the display, so you don't see it, so it looks cleaner, a part of that design language. But both of these look amazing with their big displays. Here's also a nice little indication. When you have this big display, this is literally like having two full-size big phones on each side. This kind of is too, but they're like two smaller phones. This looks like two, for instance, Galaxy S25 Ultras right next to each other. This looks like two Galaxy S25s, maybe not that small, but somewhere between an S25 and an S25 Plus. This is much more attractive to my eyes, much more usable to my eyes. I like this. Again, inside display, even though you can see the camera on top, except when it's black, I choose the Oppo Find N5. Software experience, both of these, again, really, really good. This is definitely faster, like I mentioned, in day-to-day just usage. It's much more smoother, but software experience, I definitely like Galaxy One UI better than Color OS, but they're both great. What I love mostly about the Samsung one is you've got good lock, which you don't have anything like that on the Oppo phone. Good Luck is so full featured. They keep updating it. They keep adding more and more features. There's so much you can do with this. Having that ability to even have this as something is seriously crazy and amazing. So many different plugins that you can download. I also love that I have the option to go into a theme store and download themes and wallpapers and icon sets. Some are free, some are paid, always on displays. There's so much. It's like crazy. And I just love using it. Like it's perfect to me, really. It's my favorite operating system on Android, even though they all both run Android. I prefer One UI almost over anything else in terms of like what I could use. This is great. There is customizations in here, don't get me wrong, but not nearly as many as Galaxy One UI. But if you favor speed, and this is gonna get updates pretty quick, you might wanna choose the Oppo one. Oppo still is a really, really nice operating system, super smooth, reliable. It's great. Really, I don't really have any problems with it. But yeah, for me, I prefer the One UI 7. A couple other things I wanted to mention. This charges super fast, 80 watt, and I think it's 50 watt wireless. So you can charge super fast with the Oppo Find N5. With the Galaxy Z Fold, it's 15 watt wireless and 25 watt wired, which is still pretty good, but nowhere near the speed of this phone. This also has a huge battery, 5,600 milliamp battery versus 4,400 milliamp battery. You get better battery life on the Oppo Find N5, and that's a huge win. So overall, without a doubt, this phone is a better phone. The cameras are better. It's more powerful. It gets better battery life. It's faster charging. It's got bigger displays. I think I said the cameras are better. It's better, but that doesn't tell the full story. With these phones, if you are in love with Samsung software, it's not hard to go to this one, don't get me wrong, but it might be a little bit of a turn off going from there. And software plays a huge play in this, because software, you're using it every single day. You're not staring at a spec sheet or anything like that. But yeah, this is definitely the better phone. And I think you'll love it. But I mean, for me, honestly, there's just something about the Samsung phones I absolutely love, but this is without a doubt a better phone at the time being. When the Z Fold 7 comes out, I would love to see how these phones compete against each other. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.